Hi and welcome. My name is Nikki Famager, and today I have an amazing mom entrepreneur that I'm so excited that is here today to talk just about being a mom entrepreneur and the ups and the downs, your experience and your expertise. I'm going to allow you to introduce yourself. But can I just say, one of the things that I'm very passionate about is mom entrepreneurs taking charge of their time so that they can live the life they want. They can see their dreams come to reality, and most importantly, they do not forget about self-care. So I have with me today, Danielle. Can you please introduce yourself, please?
Yes. Hi. I'm so glad to be here. Thanks for the opportunity. My name is Danielle Bettmann, and I am a parenting coach. So I own my own business called Wholeheartedly, and I am here to help parents better understand their kids and their development and how to communicate more effectively with them and how to get on the same page as their spouse so that they can show up as the parent that they want to be and have a happier home life. And that's what we all want, right?
Wow. I mean, being a mom and running a business, that's the number one thing you want to make sure that is in order, because I feel like for most moms that have started their business, the whole point of you working from home or running your business from home, or even if you have a brick and mortar, is because you tell yourself you want to spend more time with the kids. So
Right.
the question I have is, how do you do it? You run a business and you help other moms as well. So how do you
Yes.
juggle all of that?
Yeah. So right now, with quarantine, it's obviously adding lots more challenges to the whole work-life balance that never was there at the beginning. But with my kids, they are 6 and 7, and they were in elementary school, so now they were homeschooling. The distance learning. Now we're going to be doing kind of homeschool life for the next year. I am very cognizant of how I talk about my work, and I talk about it a lot with them, and I explain what I'm doing and why I'm doing it, and I talk about whether I'm going to go help a family or if I'm going to go record a podcast interview, and who it's with and why. And so I feel like they can better understand and respect what I'm doing when I have to be away from them, so that they have a better understanding of what's possible, and and have some understanding of why I'm doing it and that it's important. So in that way, when I do that, then I say, you need to not bother me when I'm, interrupt. Then I think they're much more aware of, they understand it and they get it. So sometimes my husband is here, when I'm working, and that's great. But a lot of times I have a partnered nanny with another family where they watch both of our kids for some hours so we can both get some work done. And then sometimes, I just have to be editing a podcast interview at Saturday morning at 8 a.m. and that's just life. So they understand that, and it's a little bit of a ebb and flow. Every day looks different for us, but I think they really have taken on my business as part of our family's identity. And I think that allows them to have some sense of identity with that too. So it's not just a thing that I'm doing selfishly without them. It's no, you're allowing me to make this happen, and it's really exciting and cool. So
Wow.
yeah.
Wow, I love that. How allowing the kids to be part of the business and also saying that this is what we do, not as opposed to this is mom's. So that brings my question of mom guilt. Do you experience mom guilt?
Of course, yes.
Just checking if you're one of us.
I'm one, yes.
You're one. Okay. She's human, everybody.
Yes.
So how do you manage mom guilt with all of it?
Yeah. I have made it my mission to help other moms as well release the mom guilt. So I have to do that first. And I really believe deep down that we all are doing the very best we can. And when we believe that we are doing the best we can extend that grace to others. But if we are constantly critical of ourselves, beating ourselves up and ruminating over things we could have done better or done differently, then we see those shortcomings in our loved ones as well. And we become resentful and we become irritable, and it's just no good place to be. So I continue to focus on and giving myself grace to say, yeah, I could have, should have, and would have, but I did the best I could today. I made the best decisions I could with the information I have, and tomorrow I may change my mind or do something differently, and that's okay. And as long as I am feeling good about who I am and how I'm presenting myself, and I'm proud of the work that I'm doing, then I can extend that grace and love to all the people around me that are doing the best they can too.
Wow, that's really deep. I think the key word that just keeps popping up is just being gracious with yourself. Like,
Mm-hmm.
there is so much you can do. You're human as well. And
Yes.
I know that from your business, it's something that wasn't just created from, oh, I want to do something, is actually from your
Mm-hmm.
heart and to be able to serve others. So can you just tell us a little bit about your journey of how you got started and why you're serving parents?
Yeah, so my degree is in birth through third grade education. So I have a teaching certificate. I started teaching in a school called Educare at Head Start and early Head Start ages, so the young ones. And I loved it. But then the school that I was working at created a partnership with Save the Children to do a home visiting program.
Wow.
And I ended up kind of taking that over and doing that with families for about 3 or 4 years. And what that looked like was a lot of parent education, getting them resources, bringing them books to read with their kids, and really just equipping them, answering their questions, doing developmental screenings, and empowering them to do the hard job that is parenting. And that's where I really realized that what happens in a classroom is great, but what happens at home is where kids are really wired, and the home environment matters, and the parent-child relationship is where most of their learning and growth happens. And parents are doing the hardest job in the world with no training and no manual, and they are doing the best they can. But when we know better, we can do better in some areas of really understanding kids, because we don't know what we're doing. We all don't feel like we know what we're doing. But when we have at least some grasp of what is developmentally normal, or like better ways to communicate, or more effective ways to get the behavior you're wanting to see, or stop the behavior you don't want to see,
Right.
these are all really, really important tools to share with families. So I really wanted to go back and do that again after I had my daughters. But I knew that the 40-hour work week was just never going to work with our current life and the amount of time that I wanted to spend with them. And so after doing some other odd part-time jobs and the girls starting elementary school, I had that, epiphany of what do I want to be when I grow up? and and so I just decided I'll just start something on my own that allows me to share the information that I feel like is so important with families in a one-on-one, individualized way that allows me to function in my strengths, which are a coach, and help them fill in the gaps of any missing pieces that are really unique to their situation and their child. And so I kind of created an in-home consulting model with my business, and that has switched to virtual now, with coronavirus
Okay.
and things. But I was doing lots of other parenting courses and series and workshops and things just to better equip parents and help them find answers to their questions. And so that's been my journey. I'm not a business background. I really don't know what I'm doing when it comes to a lot of that stuff, and it's been overwhelming, but I have loved every minute of it, and it's still the thing that gets me up every morning, and I stay up late every night working on. So
Wow, that's amazing. That's amazing. And that is a beautiful thing. I love that you took a time to figure out, what do I want to do now? And it's
mm-hmm.
one of the things that I love helping moms with. I'm like, what is your mom identity? Because things kind of change when you have kids, and it's an opportunity to actually look inside and say, what do I want to be all over again? And it's okay
Right.
to transition. It's okay to stop what you're doing and do something completely different, or even build on it. So I know
Yeah.
you said that what you do is very personalized, but I'm just curious because I'm a mom and we're always seeking
Yeah.
answers from anybody and everybody, right?
Yes.
So I would say, with the summer months going on
Uh-huh.
right now, I feel like we started summer in March.
Yeah. Oh, totally. It's been a summer that never ends.
It's never ending summer. And I know that from everything that's happened, a lot of moms are actually thinking about fully homeschooling their kids, and, for them never to get back to school. So the
Yeah.
question is, what would be the number one tip that you would give a mom that wants to run a business and
Mm-hmm.
get the kids engaged during the summer months? What would be this would be my go-to tip for surviving the real school?
Yeah. I think be where you feed her kind of situation, where when we're with our kids, trying to be as engaged and present as we can be in it for work. What works best for me is kind of blocking off whole days that can just be family days or at home days, or playing board games and reading books days.
Right.
And then there are work days, and our kids understand that we can't be their everything, and that's okay. They don't even really need us to entertain them at all times, because that's not even healthy for them either. That's not allowing them to develop the coping strategies they need to be bored and solve problems and all of that either. So we can't let that cloud our vision to feel like we have to be Superwoman. Right. And it's much better to say, here's my capacity, and here's the best way that I can maximize it. So, maybe that you need to do school 3 days a week, and that's really all you can fully commit to it. But that's okay if you can maximize those 3 days of reading books and conversations and exploring and curiosity and maybe a field trip. And then the rest of the week is kind of chill. And that's making the best out of a less than ideal situation right now, because that's what a lot of families are going to have to look like. And it's not as fun as we would like it to be. Right. But it is what it is. And if we are caring about our kids' physical health, we also need to be caring for their emotional health and their mental health by really looking out for making sure that they're getting all those needs met as well. So that should be our main concern and priority, and the academics are kind of a bonus at this point if we can fit them in.
Right. Right. And I feel that even for us as moms as well, taking care of ourselves too is very important, especially in this season, because you're going to be doing more cooking, more cleaning, more of everything. More dishes. And then it's so interesting because I've seen a lot of moms who are trying to birth a business in this season as well. They have great ideas. Some people have to, like for you had to pivot from doing in-home, and now you have to set up a website, figure out how you can do this virtually. So it's a lot of work, and it's a lot more at home. And I feel like the word I just keep hearing from you is just be gracious to yourself. Just be gracious. And I love the tip that you shared about having days in the week that is fully for them. For me, it's my weekends. My Saturday and my Sunday is family day. Like I'm all yours, all hers. And then Friday, I kind of mix it up with a bit of with them because I use time blocking, and then I do more work. And I actually did see the change in the terms that when I wake up on a Saturday morning, they know that I'm up for everything, right? Whatever it is. And they know it's their day. And right now my kids are upstairs. I have 2 kids. I have a 5-year-old and a 3-year-old. And they know when mommy's recording. Mommy's recording now. We have to be quiet.
Yep.
which is good. So I love what you do. I love what you stand for. And I believe that the service that you offer is something that a lot of moms actually need more than ever before in this season. Because I think that this is the time that some moms are even getting to meet their kids. Like, this is you? Yeah, this is me, mom. And so if a mom or a parent out there wants to work with you, what would you look like? What would be the system? How would they contact you?
Yeah. So my website is parentingwholeheartedly.com. And the first thing you will see is a freebie you can download that is a 5-page workbook talking about how to handle these big emotions in the moment of a meltdown and how to walk your kids back to calm. And that includes a printable that you can use with them to walk them through those steps. And so definitely start there. And then every family starts with an initial consultation. So you can schedule a free call to chat through whether that will be a good fit for you. But then it's essentially 2 90-minute sessions virtually, where the first one is all information gathering for me. I'm going to ask you all sorts of questions about everything that's going on with that child and your family and your ability to parent, and look at everything big picture and get it on paper. And then the follow-up is where I share a plan of recommendations and how I see you reaching the goals that you have set, and really kind of equipping you with some resources. And then from there, I really liken it to marriage counseling or therapy, where you can have one great session, but it probably won't solve all the world's problems that got you there. So I offer month-to-month support, and that has an app that we can chat back and forth in between sessions, and then 2 more sessions each month virtually that allow us to continue to work on the new strategies and tweak and problem solve and do all the things to get you to a place where you feel like you know what you're doing enough that you have the tools in your toolkit ready to go. So, yeah.
Wow. So I love what you do. So in summary, tell me if I'm wrong. What you do is you're going to work with the moms one-on-one. You're going to create a system that works best for them. And this is a cool thing because every month you are going to be there for them, like helping them through the whole process. That's amazing. Thank you so much, Danielle, for coming. And thank you for sharing what you do. And I wish you all the very best in this season and more strength to you to survive.
Yes, right. Solidarity for everybody.
I know, for everybody. So thank you so much. So that's it.
Thank you.